a group effort.
Group effort.
Hello everyone and welcome to Best Side Cycling. I'm back in Seattle and today we're riding with the ABC Club and you can see there's a bunch of people starting right now. We're going to go at all different paces and then we're going to head out in the next 15 minutes, but we're right here next to the I-90 lookout.
I just want to remind everyone of our ABC ride etiquette.
So before we head out, we go through some briefings. It's a really great idea whenever you do have a larger group just to make sure everyone's on the same page. The nature of this ride is definitely on the social end, though I'm in one of the faster groups going about 16 to 18 miles per hour, so sort of brisk pace. And we'd also do some introductions, say in a name circle. And ABC today, Ampersand Bike Club, is a community group for Asian and NHPI people riding their bikes. So let's get rolling because it's a beautiful Seattle fall spring day. So let's get into the route, and it's definitely one that a lot of you might be familiar with. It's a South Lake Washington loop with Mercer Island included. So it's a beautiful route here. If you haven't done it, I highly recommend it. And in this video, you'll get a deep view of why it's so loved. But we start here riding across the bridge. It's not that wide, so you sort of have to definitely go single file here. And you'll notice here on the right, there's sometimes some puddles you need to avoid. But going through that, you'll make it onto Mercer Island from Seattle. And then we're going to start riding around. You can do both counterclockwise or clockwise. Today we are doing counterclockwise. And I think that is sometimes super popular when you're coming in from the Seattle side like this, because you can just use it to sort of go on your way. And today's group, we have 15 people, so it's a good bunch going together through Mercer Island. We make sure to coordinate a little bit, at least to stick together as a group, hopefully draft each other, and just seeing all the beautiful sights that Mercer Island has to offer as you're just going through a ton of nice little turns. And then with such a nice day as today, you just get to look out into Lake Washington as usual. And those of you that haven't ridden it before, generally the terrain is a little bit rolly. Overall, the loop I think is about 10 miles long with about 500 feet of elevation. And here the group got broken up a bit after one of the main hills going in the counterclockwise direction. But sooner or later, I'm in there trying to bridge the gap, trying to get a group back together. But we do end up meeting for the most part, and we're going through the east side of the island, which is a really fun section for most because it's the most windy portion. It's like about 13 bends just all consecutively, just right left. And yeah, as you get starting out, it's a really great place to practice your cornering as well, so in a more controlled flatter environment. Quick tip here is if this is your first time and you're not that comfortable riding the road, I recommend you ride clockwise, because that clockwise direction includes shoulders in this section, which the counterclockwise route doesn't. So anyway, we get past here and then we stop for a quick bit. Alright, so we just finished the Mercer Island part of the ride and we got most of our group here. Michael there. Nice little fun ride so far. It's all good. Best side! The best side cycling! Next section of this route is definitely what you can call my home turf, my backyard. This is the East Rail Trail that runs from the South Bellevue portion into Renton. This was recently repaved and sort of one of my first bigger videos on the channel, so you can check out that coverage back then. And it's had a few updates, but now it really goes quite a decent way, a few miles all the way leading you onto Lake Washington Boulevard, where you can really continue riding on the loop. And it's an awesome trail, one of the newer ones, so it's super wide, and then got those gravel sort of things on the side, on the edges as well for runners. But yeah, as we keep going here, we'll transition on to Lake Washington for a little bit, where we're headed for our main destination with the other pace groups, which is a bubble tea shop. And I love this concept, just a way to incorporate more and more folks. I know that a lot of the group rides here do have different pace lines, but having a midpoint stop together I found was pretty unique and a lot of fun too. Alright, so we made it here to our midway stop, PRAT. So yeah, big group, all the different paces are here now, and you can see all the bikes. Nothing gets me more excited than just seeing so many people out on their bikes together. There was 30 plus riders today. You just see all these bikes kitted up slightly differently, and yeah, it was just an awesome time of just enjoying the great Seattle weather that was today in a group fashion. So as we were just all sort of sitting around, hanging out, I just have one question to ask you, and that is, how many cyclists does it take to fix a flat? The answer apparently is about 20 of us. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, no, it's just a very friendly environment, just all hanging, making sure everyone makes it back home. So that's definitely always how I view it. Safety is the most important thing when it comes to riding. So we're gonna get going again here, and just wanted to say, if you've been enjoying this video, please roll that like button and subscribe. I cover all sorts of things Seattle cycling. There's still a ton of footage from my Hong Kong, Japan trip to show you guys, but I really did miss my road bike, and I miss Seattle too. So we're gonna be in the next while just a mishmash of different things, but definitely expect a lot of cool rides from here in the Pacific Northwest. And we're just gonna get going here. We changed our end stop to be near UW at St. Bred's, which is an awesome spot to stop for cyclists. Got a ton of outdoor space and a lot of great food, so that's where we're headed. This section overall, you probably will have to be closer to cars a little bit more, as you're heading towards Seward. There isn't really any real bike lanes, and then there's also this one hill in particular which I'm attacking very hard, which is the screen, is why the screen is taking so much. And for those of you who know the channel, you know I love any hill I can find. And then after you do that, you're gonna descend down towards Seward Park, where it's an awesome spot to meet up and just one of the marquee spots in all of Seattle. All right, we're now at Seward Park, and then one last regroup before we're heading out to St. Bred for a after ride eats, I guess. But also quiet. And that might be just how deep in the ride we are, and everyone's been giving it a pretty good effort, as well as attacking some of those hills. But this is my first sort of metric century for the year. I mean, I definitely did a lot more longer rides than this, but after 5 weeks off and then just here in the wintertime, yeah, definitely this got my legs a decently sore as well. And then another super exciting announcement I just want to make here, because I don't really know where else to make it, is I'm planning to sign up to be a Cascade ride leader. So you can look out for more announcements there. But one goal I have for this year is to do more group rides with all of you. Some of you really had a lot of fun with some of the ones I did host last year, which were a few Best Side Summits and then just a couple casual rides. I plan to do what I can, so look for more of that, and then hopefully we'll be able to ride together coming up, and I can show you personally all these cool routes. But as we get going here, we are going to just follow this road all the way along. There is some potholes and stuff, but the other thing is that there is going to be one more hill that you need to look out for, and that's the Lakeview Park climb. When I first did that loop, this climb felt super duper long and hard, but things are a little different now. And then once you pass that, we're going to go through the Arboretum and then onto Montlake, right into UW. So we're not far from our destination. And just can't reiterate enough that Lake Washington really is a sort of core piece of what it's like to cycle here in Seattle. Whether you just do the south end we do today, the middle portion with the two bridges, or the north with Kirkland as well. But it's just all an awesome piece of what it's like to cycle here, and I will continue to build out that Lake Washington Loop series I do have already on the channel, with playlists just going fully in depth in terms of what it's like to ride here. But anyway, we end up back onto the Burke-Gilman Trail, which is an awesome place to ride, as you all know. And then we just, after a few turns, we make it out to our final stop, St. Bred. Alright, so we're here at St. Bred for the final stop of this group ride. It's just whittled down back to the spicy pace, about 10 of us left. We're gonna get some food and then see what it's like. So that's all I had for this video. Thanks so much for all those that organized this ride. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.